Welcome to Brunswick Yard in Penrith. Well, this is an unusual one, as you can see above us. Antiques and salvage, one of my favourite things. Now, when I was asked and given the opportunity to be able to sell here, I was delighted. I've been buying bits and bobs here for many years. If you would see my random eclectic study, or you know me, you would get it. Now, this place is an absolute hive of activity. Now, I'm just going to get you to pan back around here. This is where this starts off. We have a large building, about 2,500 square feet, partially converted into a property, could be split into two flats, could be a office work, it could be something that you deck out for a myriad of other opportunities. But it's got central heating, it's been lived in before, so it is a serviceable, purposeful building. Then if we can follow around here. So the current owners have this as a antiques and salvage yard, which is amazing. Loads of stall holders working within here. So we can't deny that this could stay the same as this. And if you're looking for an exciting, eclectic business, then the owner is happy to be able to discuss that, as well as many of the fixtures and fittings that come with it. But they also have events here, where you've got pizza nights, you've got bands, there's all sorts of bits and bobs. And as you start to enter here, you see, if you were coming here and dining, and pop the camera up above here so you can show there's like a pizza oven, outdoor kitchen. This is such a funky, cool place. It's an absolutely amazing spot. You've got some other bits up here which we'll come to in a minute, but let's go inside and have a look. Because now I'm going to try and change your mindset a little. So Donna and I were talking about this when we were on the way up in the car. This place is jam-packed with all manner of antiquities, and it's an amazing space. But sometimes it's hard to be able to look past that. What we've got is several thousand square feet of very old, original steel covered buildings. But all of the frames, if you just pop your head up here to have a look, are really ornate, and all of the roof structures are really ornate. You could go as far as just cladding the outside again if you felt it was appropriate. They're not leaking water. Putting a new roof on, again, it's not leaking water, so it doesn't need to be done. But if you wanted, dead in the centre of Penrith, with a 2,500 square foot building and a huge yard, I mean, the yard is about a quarter of an acre, right in the centre, could this be for you? So we've got maybe a live-work scenario. We've maybe got a joiner's workshop, a builder's yard. We've got various other things that fit within this because it's very different, but the buildings already exist. So we've got a mezzanine area up here, and a spiral staircase that leads to it that apparently was from a theme park. You've got the current stallholder here sells wine. We've got obviously older types of clothing. I mean, I've not put one on yet, but maybe even a top hat for this occasion. Who knows? But throughout, we have a lot of space. And the space is the important thing. Now, I'm just going to borrow this camera for just a second, because when you actually hold up the camera to this space and look at this very, very impressive roof section, and then realise that you've got the same on the opposite side, and as we lead through into here, something even bigger. I'm just going to pass you back again. Always look up when you've got a full building, because the roofline will always tell you the truth. And these are magnificent sized buildings in the centre of town. Let's keep going. And these guys are still open, so if you want to buy any antiques or anything else, I'm sure they'll put me on a commission structure. But you've got this huge space. So again, if you can just pan up, so you can see it's massive, but dry, usable. But from an aesthetic perspective, I could easily see a company coming in, overboarding the outside, prettying it up, maybe insulating inside, doing something, but we've got solid floors. So that means you can make those alterations, maybe make it into office space. I don't know. I think the sky is the limit. But how cool is it that I'm getting to be able to sell an antique centre? That is amazing. And especially when my wife does consider me as being a Victorian man, that all of these kind of things are amazing for me to see, and hopefully you get to enjoy them too. But now let's have a next look at this building. So we enter in through this front door here, and from a commercial perspective, we've got loos. There's one here, one around the corner, and then this space, which is being used for massage and other purposes, I think, is a really nice, big, usable room. But as you can see, electrics and things like that, I think, have been done not that long ago. You've got a nice little waiting room in here. There's a boiler in this room. There's another loo in here, but I'll take you upstairs past this rather large plant. Plenty of storage. And then we have the upstairs area. Now, this used to be a very popular, very busy cafe. Could it be again? I think the current owners have really used the resources outside, because this is the amount of people you can seat out there, that this stopped being used just in COVID and never reopened again. But it's set out. So we've got through here, loads of space, nice sized commercial kitchen, and everything you could need to be able to restart this as a cafe, including these little booths here, give a bit of 50s flair. Now, I'm not going to take you up there, but there's a ladder that takes you up to a little loft space, which is good and usable. And then you've got this area. Again, as an overflow to the cafe, this is a fantastic space. I don't know if you want to just take them upstairs and you can show that little mezzanine. Maybe peek over. Hi. So there is a little mezzanine, but if you come back down, we can now have a look at the view, which sounds very strange when you're talking about looking out of a commercial building. But come and have a look at this. So you've got a kind of outside balcony area. I don't know if this could be recreated again into your office, living, but then views of the town and views of the beacon. What a lovely space. So I'm going to try and make sure that I'm giving Donna a lot of levels to work on here. But the final part of this area is this other, I think I've been told it's 5x5 room. And if you want a rug, this is the place to come. This is the finish of the main building. So we're now going to go on to the last part. There are other stall holders that have been here for a long period of time, and we've got space along here, and via separate negotiation I think the vendor would consider selling these, but a nice usable space. Another lovely bookshop which I've been in many times, and completed with a little coffee shop area. But I'm going to just make us finish around here. So it's very easy to look at what you see here and say, this is an antique centre, this is an outdoor eating area. What we've actually got is a quarter of an acre of town centre location space. We've got more parking than you could shake a stick at if this internal area wasn't here. You've got huge buildings which you've got conversion potential, or if you didn't want them, you could take them down and have a quarter of an acre of space within the town centre. You've got 2,500 square feet of stone building, which has been done to a great standard. The roof is new. Everything inside is either ready for park conversion or keep it as it is, because it is perfectly functional in its current guise. Well, I haven't sold one of these before. And especially somewhere that's a little bit quite close to my heart, because this is, if you're looking for an antiques place, this is amazing. It's so quirky, it's so eclectic, it absolutely blows your mind when you're here. But this could be multifaceted for many businesses. So here we are. This property is coming to market with a guide price of £450,000. It's a hell of a lot for the money. Town centre, plenty of space, big building, quarter of an acre plot. What could this do for you? How could you use this? If you're interested, please do give us a call on 01768 881111 and I'll be delighted to discuss this with you further. Thank you.